How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video, modded, of course. So, with the release of Jurassic World Rebirth, I figured we can download a ton of Jurassic World Rebirth mods and release them all in the same video. I had already started to do that, but apparently my mic wasn't recording, so I'm just picking up where I left off from there. Initially, I actually cheated a little bit and I released some Beckel Spinax, aka Alta Spinax. I still don't understand why they call them Beckel Spinax in the show, because I didn't know where else to show them off. I had that mod downloaded, but I had yet to actually use it in anything. And I really like the way that the Beckel Spinax looks in the show in Chaos Theory. So even though it's not technically Rebirth related, I figured I would just show them off here. The other one should be around here somewhere. I released 2 of them. Oh, there it is. It's all the way over here. And here's this one with the cool coloration right here. This is Blondie, I think is what the name of the skin was. You have some yellow over here and a red head. Looks very cool. I really like the way that they look. And then I also released the Titanosaur, which looks great in this. Like, look at this. First of all, it's huge, just like how they were in the movie. And I won't spoil anything in this, by the way. I'll keep like the movie talk down to a minimum. I'll mostly like keep it focused on things that were already in the trailers. But it looks great. I actually really like the way that the Titanosaur looks, at least in terms of its whole body shape, because it does look very similar to a Titanosaur, like a sauropod that belongs to the Titanosauria clade. And the fact that, the way that it's holding itself, especially with its neck held a little bit more upright, that's something that you would, that's something that Titanosaurs would do, like Titanosaurian sauropods. Of course, it does have like some really interesting, wow, look how big it is compared to that, but it's got some really interesting structures on the base of its neck, or up here at the base of its head, rather, and the base of its tail down here, as well as like a really long and skinny tail that just looks so disproportionate. And a very strange head, and who knows why its head looks like that. Very interesting indeed. And of course, these structures are sexually dimorphic. We did see that in the trailer, so that's not really a huge surprise. And the colors are very cool. I really like the way that it looks. Overall, I think it's a fine design. I could do without the fins, but I think it's pretty cool. Next up, we'll move on to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is the Rebirth T-Rex. So let's check it out. Thump. Thump. In all of its bulky glory. Yeah, look at that. Look how bulky it is. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It looks pretty cool. I love the way that the Rebirth Rex looks. Look at that Titanosaur just run. I like the way that it looks, especially with the colors. The colors look very nice. I like the shape of its skull, too. The Rebirth Rex has really pronounced eyebrow ridges, and the Rebirth Rex is overall a lot thicker than most of the other Tyrannosaurs that we've seen, especially in the neck. That's very well represented here in this mod. The striping also looks really nice as well. Let's go ahead and compare this to like the base T-Rex just to see what all is different here. Here's the original Rex right here. And yeah, quite a few differences overall. It's got a more blocky head, a more pronounced nasal ridge right here. And of course, like I said, the eyebrow ridges are a lot more pronounced as well. And overall, this one's just a lot more thick. It's really cool. Might as well, while we're here, why don't we compare it to an accurate T-Rex, which accurate Tyrannosaurs are even typically like a lot more thick than the movie version. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I quite like it. Now, go off and be free together. So that is just a cosmetic. Now, here's another brand new addition in terms of the mods, and that's the Mutodon. There should be about 4 of them releasing here. Let's see them. Ooh, look at them go. They make the JP Raptor barking sounds. They look pretty cool. This one, it looks like they have like skulls painted down on their head. Kind of like how the Dinosaur Renaissance, the Dinosaur Revolution T-Rex, like the Dinosaur Revolution T-Rex, I probably have a picture up on screen, has like a white skull or white head in comparison to the rest of the body, which is a lot more dark. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. And they also have like some of the bulk that you can see in the trailers of the Mutodon, as well as like the beak and those That mouthful of teeth, and of course the wings. It looks pretty good, honestly. Like, especially in terms of like bringing in an animal that's not in this game and just like placing it in here. That looks pretty solid overall. I think it's pretty cool. Not that the Mutodon's my favorite thing in the world, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. It'd be pretty cool to see them run around. It's certainly a different creature because that's all in this hatchery. We have just some Spinosaurs in here because there's like, for the Rebirth Spinosaurus mod, there's like a lot of different choices, like different skin variations that you can place into it that are references to actual things, and I wanted to see them. This one specifically it should be one of the movie skins, like the actual Rebirth movie skins. Ooh. That translates pretty well. That looks a lot like it does in the movie. That's pretty cool. I actually really like that. I think that translated very well. I'll have to make another Spinosaurus park and implement these guys, but that is pretty cool, actually. I kind of like it. Not that the Rebirth Spinosaurus design is my favorite, but it's cool. It has some cool elements to it. It's got like the more accurate tail, and the sail looks really cool too. Yeah, that's one of the movie designs right there. We'll go ahead and look at this other one, which should be another movie design. That's pretty cool, honestly. This one, yeah, like I think slightly different patterns. I don't know much of a difference, but the striping I think is a little bit different from the other one that we just saw. So that's pretty cool. And you can get I think one more or maybe two more that are, yeah, again, they're different from each other, just like how they are in the movie. This one, though, you might recognize this one. I thought this was cool. That right there is the, you can barely see it, but that right there is the Jurassic Park 3 coloration on the Rebirth Spinosaurus, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously, you know, it's very distinct models in general. Like the Rebirth Spinosaurus looks so different from the JP3 Spinosaurus. Both of them are kind of like a mixture between accurate and inaccurate. But the coloration for the JP3 Spinosaurus, I think, is very, very awesome. And it's just really cool to see it placed onto that fella right there. This one, I just added this one because I thought it would be cool. I don't know what it's a reference to, but it looked interesting in the menu. It's got a nice blue coloration. You know, the blue coloration always kind of reminds me of my Spinosaurus, my little logo. Because, you know, I like blue. I think blue is really cool. And this fella I thought looked quite awesome. Maybe it's from Jurassic World, the game. Now that I look at it, that might actually be the case. Because when you level up the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park, the game, it gets more of like a blue coloration with some stripes that kind of look like this. So I think that's what that's a reference to. And then the final one right here, this one is a reference to Warpath Jurassic Park, which is a sort of Mortal Kombat style fighting dinosaur game. Dinosaur fighting game. And its Spinosaurus has some cool colors. Like, I like the blue and I like the red around here. Very cool. Such variation in these guys' colors. Look at the Titanosaur over there and the Rexes. That's so cool. But yeah, those were all the Spinosaurs that I chose, but there is one creature above all else that I'm sure that you guys are all very excited to see, and myself included. I'm really interested to see how it translates into the game. This creature is like one of the main big additions to Rebirth, and that is the Distortus Rex. Let's see it. Holy moly. Jeez, that's terrifying. Galloping out of there. It's translated pretty well. Like, you know, again, same with the Mutodon. For an animal that's not in the game and doesn't really have a decent basis like the other ones, it's not bad. Yeah, it's got the huge forearms right here. These small little Tyrannosaurus forearms right there. Huge hind limbs, a huge tail. Yeah, you know, it's pretty similar. I'm not the biggest fan of the D-Rex, but you know, it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. It's a fun addition. I'm very interested to see what it would look like in Jurassic World Evolution 3, assuming Evolution 3 does add it, which I assume they will. Like, I think that they would probably do a DLC that would include some Rebirth creatures. If they don't, I don't know what they're doing. But I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. And you know, this obviously it's kind of just it's a mod, so this is not an official look at it. But it's certainly an interesting look at it. It's interesting to see how this fella might look in the game once the game does eventually come out. But yeah, those are the how does it drink water, I wonder? I know that they don't dehydrate, so they don't drink water. I guess all that's left to do now is I guess set up a little bit of a fight between some of these creatures. That's just what you have to do in Evolution. Evolution 2 is just the law, I guess. Not really. I'm just like trying to cap off the end of the video in an interesting way, so to speak. Oh, look at it. What is it rigged to? I can't really make it out. But we'll go ahead and get this moved in here like so, and then we'll grab the Rebirth Rex. There we go. And then one of the Spinosaurs, preferably one of the ones in the movie, so we can keep up some continuity. And that one. Okay, so these are like the three large predatory animals that we see in the movie. Oh, wow, the Spinosaurus is huge. It's freaking huge. Dinosaur combat has been turned back on, and we'll see. What I'm mostly curious to see is how the animations of the D-Rex are going to translate to like the Spinosaurus and of course the T-Rex. I'm really kind of curious about that. It's missing a forest though. Oh, here we go, fellas. I'm on the outside. Ugh, I'm an idiot. Burr, burr. And they run. And they run from each other. You resting? You resting? Are you enjoying life, my friend? Looked like it just tried to shake its head, but like the model was kind of rigged weirdly. And you just look like you're dead from a distance. It's kind of concerning, really. Oh, here we go. We're gonna get the fight of the century, the rematch, I suppose. The T-Rex just... There they go. Look at all these fellas out here. It's kind of insane how big they made the Rebirth Spino. I don't think it's that big in the movie. I think that that's just a game thing. Oh, but a fight begins over here. You could tell that it has the JP3 skin. It's picking fights. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fights everywhere. We're going to watch both of them at the same time. These two don't fight. These two do, though. Accurate Rex versus kind of accurate, mostly not accurate Rebirth Spinosaurus. Okay, okay. And the D-Rex still has not done much. That's fine. You don't have to fight. You can just rest. Just woke up from your nap and you're already picking fights? You're not even facing it. It's probably because you're rigged to a ceratopsian, aren't you? Or something like that. See, like, you have a different... Oh, who died? Titanosaur... Oh, Beckel. What killed you? Spinosaurus number 5. Was it you? It's probably you, wasn't it? Yeah, that sounded like an herbivorous dinosaur. Maybe Stegosaurus? I can't remember. Kind of sounded like Stegosaurus. They run from each other. Ooh, no, it doesn't stand a chance, realistically. Okay, I'm just gonna let them out and then we'll see what happens. It's just not really getting anywhere. Oh yeah, see, now they actually do fight now that they're out. Ooh. It's a bendy sail you got there. And the Spinosaurus won that first round. I'm really interested to see the animations for the D-Rex, though. I wonder if... I just wonder what we're going to see with that. I'm really curious. Oh, that Rex. It's hurt. Lots of retreats. Very smart, you know? Oh, geez, this is hardly fair. Don't you agree? It looked like it was two Spinosauruses going after the one little Alta Spinax. What is with your tail? Oh, it was all flipping all over the place. Run, dude. Run. Oh? A fight between... Oh. Oh! Well, all right. That I didn't go... Oh, no. The D-Rex is hunting a... Oh, shoot. It's just as biology predicted. It didn't really do anything to it, though. Or... Uh-oh. What's it doing? It's just standing there menacingly. Run, Titanosaur. I think you broke the D-Rex. Yeah, the D-Rex is officially broken. I don't think that it's quite... Oh, there it goes. It couldn't quite do it. But it's just like biology predicted. Biology said that there's... The D-Rex is probably a sauropod hunter. Have, like, slow chases. Uh-oh. Spinax and the Mutodon. Fight of the century. Well, all right. Now you know, everybody. If you were ever wondering who would win in a fight, although that Spinax was already pretty hurt, so this Spinosaurus is pretty hurt. There's a lot of pretty hurt things. This is why I hope that there's going to be like the way for you to have a sustainable ecosystem in Jurassic World Evolution 3, because everything just fights each other all the time. Like maybe there's a way to like toggle it, I suppose, because in this one you either have no dinosaur fights or normal. And that's it. And normal has them fight quite a bit. Not that that's a big problem with this video. This video, you know, it's just showing off these things, but still, it'd be cool to have that in Evolution 3. Like more levels to it. Uh-oh. Oh! Holy moly. I don't think that the D-Rex can really do too much. That's the second time that's happened whenever its animation tries to link up with something. So I think that's the most that we're going to get from the D-Rex animations. Still pretty cool. It's still really cool that it was able to it was translated as well as it was. And it's still really cool to see all of this stuff. Like, this is very cool. I like this. I quite like that. But if you guys like dinosaur-related content and you want to see more of it, I'd love to have you subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. You know, that'd be awesome. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. And oh no, that's the accurate Rex. Oh. But yeah, I'd love to have you on board, and thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.